It was a shooting that rocked Colorado and the country and changed our schools forever. But even 20 years after the massacre at Columbine, the school district is still dealing with unwanted visitors who have a morbid fascination with the school. Last month, Jeffco Schools asked the public for input on whether Columbine should be torn down and rebuilt. Well, finally, those results are in.
We have a lot of tourists who come by here, and it gets to be, it's burdensome on my staff. It's tiring.
During a summer afternoon, there were no less than 4 security guards at the front of the school.
Building a facility away from Pierce would help us to better screen people.
Scott Christie has been at Columbine for 10 years. He spent most of this summer wondering if a brand new school building was in the future.
Emotionally, I was torn at first. Definitely could understand it, but also, the emotional side of me was like, wants to hang on to our current walls, current facilities.
The district asked the community in June if a new school should be built. Thousands of responses came in, with the majority saying they didn't like the idea to rebuild Columbine, and many said they wouldn't vote for the money to fund new construction.
The people are what make Columbine the special place that it is. It's not the walls.
Christie says new ideas for keeping the school safe are being considered, especially to keep people with no association with the school away.
You don't know what their intention is. You got to take that seriously. Security is paramount to us. Protecting our kids, our staff is #1 priority for us.
A Colorado community came out to honor a highly decorated Special Forces soldier as he was laid to rest yesterday. Sergeant Major James Sartor was a Green Beret, and he was killed in Afghanistan almost 2 weeks ago. Sartor was assigned to the 2nd Battalion 10th Special Forces Group at Fort Carson and had served in the Army since 2001 with 7 deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. According to the Department of Defense, Sergeant Major Sartor was killed by enemy fire in Afghanistan. Yesterday, more than 100 soldiers lined the entrance to the Shrine of Remembrance as the Colorado Springs Police Department escorted the fallen soldier to the memorial service. And while the service for Sergeant Major Sartor was private, the public was welcome to pay their respects along the funeral route. And one of those people out there yesterday was the father of another Fort Carson soldier.
It's more important than people ever realize that we have to support these troops, have to support our people, support the families. We've been through several deployments. It's very difficult on all, and people should understand that the family gives their all also.
During his time in the Army, Sergeant Major Sartor was awarded numerous awards, including a Bronze Star, and posthumously, he'll be awarded a Purple Heart and a 2nd Bronze Star. The 40-year-old Falcon resident leaves behind a wife and 3 children. Some little pups have a safe place to sleep thanks to a construction worker who found them abandoned on his way to a job site. It was a bizarre yet definitely adorable find, and one that greatly changed the life of a young family.
This playful pup is loving life.
I kind of want to name her Princess.
But hours earlier, that little princess had it pretty rough. She was apparently left in this alley with 2 of her sisters.
It sucks that somebody would do something like that.
Ronnie Rose found the puppies as he pulled up to a job site to work on a roof. With a neighbor's help, they asked around if the dogs belonged to anyone.
Posted on the neighborhood watch that there were puppies found.
But hours later, they remained unclaimed, so Ronnie loaded the puppies into his truck and took them to his office.
Like, anybody want some puppies? And
that's about the time Ryan Ruck's day took an unexpected turn.
It was pretty much just a normal day of going to work, and then the next thing I knew, I had a dog.
After getting his wife's approval to take a puppy home, Ryan quickly became Dad of the Year.
Were you surprised when your dad came home with a puppy?
Yeah, it was adorable.
Now Keelan and his siblings are learning how to take care of their new best friend.
You need to give it good food, and when she's sniffing around, that means she has to go potty.
This family may not know exactly where their new puppy came from, but they now know she's definitely in a loving home.
No, I think God puts everybody where they're supposed to be, even dogs.
2 cities are officially opposing a new law passed in Colorado, one that Mesa County Commissioner Rose Puglisi is also battling. Governor Jared Polis signed the national popular vote bill into law in March, and voters in Fountain and Monument have now passed resolutions opposing that. The national popular vote law would give all of Colorado's presidential electoral votes to the winner of the national popular vote. The resolutions come at the same time that a citizen campaign seeks to repeal the law in 2020. And the challenge to find parking in certain Colorado cities inspired 2 entrepreneurs to launch an app that encourages people to rent out their driveways. Sean Chitness met with the creators, and he brings us more.
The idea behind the app is to use the space many people already have, the driveway in front of their home. And the creators of the app hope that they can help people locally on both sides of their business, not only creating more parking spots, but helping those who have this space to make some extra money as well. Graham Trotter lives in Boulder but finds himself in Denver often. He's a lifelong Rockies fan but says recently it's become more of a challenge to commute to the game.
It can be stressful. Sometimes you have to park really far away and you're in store for a long walk.
But now he's using the Driveways app, which helps him find parking in advance.
Driveways is really pushing to create parking for the community, from the community, just so we can really decrease the stress of parking.
The app lets homeowners and in some cases renters offer up their open parking spots.
I think it makes the occasion as a whole less stressful.
Other users on the app connect to find available parking and book it days before or on demand, less than an hour before they need the space.
This is such a new concept that we're really trying to spread the word and just trying to let people know that this service is available to them.
Launched less than a year ago by CU graduates, you can also find spots in Boulder and Fort Collins. They're trying to sign up more users here and in other cities outside of Colorado.
If I can make a couple extra $100 a week or a month on the side, leasing out those spaces, that would be incredible for me.
Trotter hopes he can also lease out his own parking spot on the app in the future.
This can benefit anyone.
The cost of the app is free, but rates depend on demand. During the day, in the middle of the week, the cost may be similar to street parking. But on weeknights and weekends during concerts and games, the cost will be higher, but the creators of the app say it will still be cheaper than those event lots. Reporting in downtown Denver, Sean Chitness, covering Colorado First.